takedown artist.
Luke Eustice will be his competition, a sophomore out of Blue Earth, Minnesota. Very impressive records for the #1 and #7 seed at 125 pounds.
And that's something to note. He is a #7 seed, and that is a trademark of Iowa. When it comes to the national championships, they find it best somehow inside to perform their best.
Steve Abus in the blue singlet. Good look at his coach. 2 points for a takedown, 2 for reversal, 2 for near fall, 3 points for a fall, which is practically a pin, and 1 for escape. Our Olympic gold medals to my right will keep us honest. Steve Abus from Fresno State versus Luke Eustice from Iowa.
Matches are broken down into 3 periods. The first period is 3 minutes long. The subsequent 2 minutes each. The first starts in the standing position.
Abus in the blue singlet, Eustice from Iowa in black.
And there you see Abus, quick, very good at garnering the hold, and even better finisher.
2 points for the takedown by Abus.
And they go out of bounds. And when you think of any technique, Jim Zaleski, the head coach at Iowa, already has 3 national titles under his belt. But when you look at any technique in wrestling, there's the setup, there's the hold, and there's a finish. And Abus really commands the skills of all 3 in the takedown technique and from the standing position.
Goes without saying, take a look at Fresno State's head coach. Percent of body fat on these athletes, especially at this weight, is very, very impressive. DeLitto, the head coach at Fresno State.
That was Dennis DeLitto, coach of Stephen Abus. His brother, also great wrestler out of Fresno State. Weight cutting, these guys are lean, but weight cutting has gone under many modifications in wrestling, and now what they do is they have the same-day weigh-ins. And this has eliminated a lot of the problems that existed in wrestling with guys weighing in the night before and having their weight bounce up.
By virtue of the takedown for Fresno State, that's Abus with the 1-point lead at this point, practically halfway through the first period.
And again, so quick, gets another takedown.
Abus really seems to be in control here. Not so much as his upper body strength is any that much more impressive, but he seems to control his opponent better than the young man from Iowa.
He controls the tie, gets the inside position, but he's also quicker. And what that enables him to do is anticipate when his opponent's going to be in the right position for him to attack. The setup forces the opponent there. Then it's a matter of your speed and execution to get to the hold and finish the hold.
Abus on top with the 3-point victory, 3-point lead, literally and figuratively on top of Eustice from Iowa.
This is the 2nd year in a row in which Abus has faced an Iowa wrestler in the finals.
Says something about the strength of Iowa and Oklahoma, as we talked about just moments ago. Over the next 2 hours, you'll see exactly what we mean.
Now, if only 6 teams, including this year, have won it outside those states, and it started in 1928. That's a telling statistic of the dominance of those schools. Slowing down a little bit now, and this is something Abus needs to stay away from. He can score, so he needs to get right out there and start putting points on the board. If he lets an Iowa wrestler stick around, you're going to see Eustice here be able to start putting himself back into the match.
30 seconds left in the first period. 2-point lead by Abus over Eustice from Iowa. Senior over the sophomore. They'll take a break in 18 seconds. We'll take it with him.
Eustice has a brother at Iowa. His name is Ty, also a member of the wrestling team.
Do the edge! Do the edge!
Abus from Fresno State leads Eustice from Iowa by 2. 4 seconds left. Once they go outside the mat, they stop the clock. At that point, 2-point lead for Abus from Fresno State over Eustice from Iowa. We'll be right back.
A mother's neck is never ordinary. To place an extraordinary...
ESPN's exclusive presentation of the NCAA Wrestling Championships is brought to you by Charbroil, Keepers of the Flame, and by Rolling Rock. Grab a rock. Second period, a 125-pound weight classification. Steve Abus, 2-point lead over Eustice, one of the many great wrestlers from the state of Iowa. It's Eustice right now on top of Abbas in the blue singlet. Eustice really has to take charge here, John, if he's going to win this match. Iowa is certainly a strong team, as you can see him take Abbas outside of the ring. He really has to go on the aggressive standpoint here, I think.
Yes, he does. And if he is able to keep Abbas down and ride him out and potentially get some back points, it's going to change the entire complexion of the mat. Abbas wants to get to his feet, and now we're playing Abbas's game again.
One take for the reversal, hence 5-2.
This is where conditioning starts to enter a match. People start to get tired. The back starts to burn. Your hips start to come up out of your stance a little bit. All that making it a little bit easier for your opponent to go ahead and initiate an attack.
Look at the speed of Abbas from Fresno State. He really went for those ankles of Eustice from Iowa quickly.
And look at the position he has. He has the ankle tucked and locked under his armpit. He's working up the thigh, gaining more and more control of the hips. And the key in wrestling is control of your opponent's hips.
Abbas also condenses himself very well. His center of gravity is right where it belongs, and his appendages aren't flailing around out there. He's very compact.
He stays nice and coiled, and as you well know, you are most explosive and powerful from a coiled position, and he who can hold that the longest is in the best position to go ahead and apply it in a situation.
Zaleski, the head coach from Iowa, getting as intense as Eustice, his 125-pound wrestler, has to be. He, the number 7 seed, versus number 1 seed, Steve Abbas from Fresno State, with a 5-point lead. Closing in on the end of round 2.
And Zaleski, a 3-time national champion in his own right. Outstanding wrestler. And successor to that man, Dan Gable.
First move, stud.
7-2 now, and it's going to be tough for Eustice to come back. He's going to have to do something of huge proportion, getting back points, probably from the feet. He needs what's called the 5-point move to get him back in it.
Do it! Do it, Eustice!
Throughout the evening, congratulations to our technical staff. The great audio we're getting from the coaches and the athletes themselves. Matt Side.
In last year's final, Strip Matter actually built a comeback against Abbas, but Abbas able to hang on in a high-scoring match. Abbas again has the ability, because of his offense, to put points up on the board, but thus far he has kept Eustice at bay with great defense and counters.
All right, what is Zaleski thinking right now? 6 of 9 minutes down. His wrestler down by 5.
He chose down. The reason why, if he gets the escape, which Abbas is probably going to cut him loose because he is the stand-up wrestler that he is, it's going to narrow it to 7-4, and then what he needs is the big move from the feet. It's going to be hard for him to play the takedown game and make up 4 points.
Now a 3-point lead for Abbas. Remember, he is just 1 win away from becoming a 3-time national champion. That's a very select group.
Well, this next takedown makes or breaks the match. If Abbas gets it, it's going to probably put it away. If Eustice gets it, we got a match on our hands.
Again, look at the speed of Abbas from Fresno State in the blue singlet, and how compact he keeps himself and just holds on.
And again, he's attacking Eustice's left leg. He's found great success with it, almost the same exact technique. But now Eustice stopped him, and that's what you would say is a stop in the red zone in football. You had the opportunity, but you didn't capitalize, and that allows your opponent to start to build momentum and come back. But Abbas clearly has the tools to get it done.
Still aggressive, not being at all defensive. Eustice really has to go to work in a very short period of time, exactly 60 seconds, if he's going to keep Abbas from winning his 3rd national championship.
And there he's starting to back away. And that may cause a problem. Tough shot. He's a little extended, but he's able to get back to his feet.
Eustice needs a 2-point takedown anyway.
And he's increasing the pace, and that Iowa will and domination and psychology that they have really put on all the other wrestlers in the nation really starting to come through. But Abbas again in on that low single. He's got it tight. He needs to get up to his feet, bring it in, but they go out of bounds. They'll start again standing.
Abbas and his coach 25 seconds away from a 3rd national championship.
And Abbas at this point, and Adrian Abbas at this point can even give up a takedown and still win it by a point. He's even got riding time.
This is the first of 10 weight classifications. K.L. Sanderson will come at the 197, or second to last weight classification. That obviously some time away. 3, 2, 1.
Great performance by Stephen Abbas.